Hello everyone. Today I'm here to demonstrate how key clock authorization services can centrally manage authorization decisions using resources, policies, permission, and role-based access control. So here, the key clock application is already running. So we'll just log into the application and go to the lab run where we are going to perform the settings. So if we observe, we are going to perform it in the task in the week 7 application. So if we go move onwards, we'll just check the users that already exist. We have two users that we'll be testing on today, John and Rob. So if we go to John, you can see that John has manager and manager financial permissions. As we are here to we'll see on the access of finance reports. So the one with the permission of manager finance will be able to access, whereas the manager without the permission of finance will not be able to access the finance reports, whereas which is the manager HR, Rob, which is the manager of HR. So let's go towards the client. If you open the week 7 application settings, we can see that the client authentication and authorization is already enabled, since I have already done the basic things required. I'll just show you what other things that we had done. So we built resources. So this is to protect the access of finance resource report, and we have build the resources in the authorization tab of the client. So if we go more to the client details, we'll now move on towards the policies that we have created. There are two different policies that we have created. One is simple policy for manager, which allows users with a manager role to access, which has the role of manager. And if we move towards the composite policy, we have also finance manager policy, which allows finance manager only to access and has the role of finance manager. So this is this is created, two different policies are created because to show the role-based access control in the application. So talk after resources and policies, the other thing that we have created, that we have made, is permission, which is finance report permission. And the this allows the resources that is been accessed in this is the finance report resource, and the policies that will be following is finance manager policy. If you go, as we see, the one with the manager finance will be able to finance manager will be able to access the user. And if we go to the resource, this is the link of the URL of the finance report that we have. So this is created for the permission. So after everything is connected, we'll now evaluate the user. So first we'll evaluate we'll evaluate Rob. So the according to the settings and the configuration, John must be allowed, and the Rob with the HR role mapping should not be allowed to use this. So when we go test to Rob, and the we are trying to access finance report, and when we select evaluate, the access is denied for Pro, because he does not have the permission to access the finance report. So now again we'll go back and evaluate for John, who had access for finance report and who is the finance manager. So when we click on evaluate, we can see the permission is granted for this finance report. So when we test this application, this is all we have. Thank you for staying with us. This demonstrate how ClickOff authorization services can centrally manage authorization decisions. So according to, for conclusion, John, who has the permission of finance manager was allowed to access the finance report, whereas the one Rob who didn't have the, who was the HR manager, not the finance manager, was not allowed to view the finance report. Thank you for staying with me.